skateboarding gave me a chance to show the world who I was, but if skateboarding never came around, I would have done the same thing in a different way, in a different genre, out through a different window. I would have yelled, "This is me, motherfuckers!" Yeah, in the early days of skateboarding, when I first started skateboarding, it was just purely for fun. I grew up in Oceanside, Southern California. I was a surf kid. There's no waves in Southern California. Very, very unoften do we get a swell. So I waited a long time. We sat around and waited a long time for waves. I discovered skateboarding, and you didn't have to wait for waves. The world is a wave on a skateboard. I was probably 10 years old and made my own board with skates. I took a pair of skates apart and hammered it to a piece of wood. We would find banks and slopes and slanted driveways. We would find bushes that came over the sidewalk and pretend like we got tubed in the bushes. And it was all about emulating surfing. It instantly consumed my life. I skateboarded all day, every day. Probably late 76, I found empty pools, and my life changed then. I was born to ride a skateboard, and especially in a pool. By the time people were hitting tile, I was grinding coping. By the time people were grinding coping, I was doing aerials. I invented the aerial. As I skated and as I progressed, these tricks and these moves just happened. The backside tail tap, the front side air, the backside air, the backside no hands air / JT air. As I got bored with one thing, I just moved on to the next. When I'd show up at the pool and everyone would get out of the pool and sit down and watch, that wow, I kind of got something here. Everybody likes attention, everybody likes to be noticed. So when I started to notice that people noticed me riding, I started playing it up a little bit. I started wearing crazy things and going to the thrift store and getting crazy pink shirts or orange shirts. It was the 70s, people didn't wear crazy clothes. I got more attention and I got more noticed the crazier I looked. But not only to get attention, it really enhanced the fun for me dressing up. I'd get ready to skateboard, I'd get my backpack, I'd get my skateboard, I'd tighten the wheels, and that would usually stop right there for most people. But for me, then I could say, wow, what can I wear today? What crazy shit can I come up with to put on? You know, I don't feel comfortable really in this world, and I don't really feel comfortable around people a whole lot. So I kind of have this colorful drape in front of me that I can feel comfortable behind and be this crazy out there person when I'm really just a simple guy. The world we live in doesn't want you to be your way. So it's been a struggle for me. I have not always been accepted. I've always had to dodge a lot of criticism to do things my way. It's not an easy job. My health now at 62 is I'm pretty thrashed. I broke my back, not in one fall, it was just a series of falls that finally added up into a broken back. I was paralyzed for a month, and the doctors told me, of course, like they always do, that you'd never ride again and maybe not walk again. I was pretty distraught about that. I went into a pretty heavy depression and just didn't know what I was going to do with my life. Lo and behold, on Amazon, I saw an electric skateboard and I'm like, wow, an electric skateboard. That's it. I started out on a GTX Bamboo and just opened up my life in electric skateboarding. The way the thing turned and just handled, it just makes the surfing feel of riding the ditch totally come to life. I can ride a ditch like I'm riding a surfboard on a big wave. It's crazy cool.
It's a shithole to most, but to us, it's heaven.
Well, I feel I have no other choice to ride some kind of a skateboard, thank God for electric skateboards, until I die, until I'm lying on that skateboard with a pillow and a tube in my face. I'll still be somehow on a skateboard. I won't stop until I have to stop. I've done a lot of the stuff I've done and looked a lot of the ways I've looked because I had this opportunity through being noticed through skateboarding. But at the same time, no matter what I did, if I was a janitor, if I was a window washer, you know, if I was a race car driver, I would have been the craziest, wildest looking race car driver there was. It's just in my nature. It's just my personality. And it's me. The good parts of being yourself are really good when the people around you understand. It's such a payoff as far as your self-esteem and how you look at the world. It's hard to fit in. Peer pressure is pretty heavy, but I encourage anybody to just do what makes them feel the best inside. You may have to deal with a little crap outside because of it, but at the end of the day, you did it your way.